Welcome back to Soul Renovation. I'm Adeline Atlas, 7 times published author. Warning: the fastest way to kill something special is to compare it. Comparison is a spiritual distortion. It takes something raw, real, and divinely assigned, and smothers it under the weight of someone else's storyline. When you compare, you trade your power for pressure, and what once felt sacred starts to feel insufficient. Warning: the fastest way to kill something special is to compare it to something else. And I need you to sit with that, because that special thing, it might be your business, it might be your relationship, it might be your healing journey, your creative voice, your pace, your process. And the minute you start measuring it against someone else's, it begins to lose its magic. Not because it's broken, not because it's not working, but because you stopped seeing it clearly. Comparison isn't harmless. It's poison in slow motion. It creeps in through a scroll, through a conversation, through a little voice in your head that says, you should be further, you should be bigger, you should look more like them. And that voice? It's not your higher self. It's not your intuition. It's programming. You were taught to compare, because comparison keeps you buying, chasing, doubting, striving, and never satisfied. And here's what happens when you live in that energy. What once felt like a blessing starts to feel like a burden. You were proud of your business until you saw someone else's 6-figure launch. You felt good about your healing until someone posted their perfect morning routine. You loved your relationship until you compared it to a curated video with a trending audio. And now, what was special, sacred, personal, and aligned feels small, feels behind, feels like not enough. And that shift? It wasn't real. It was manufactured. Let me say this plainly. Nothing will sabotage your timeline faster than comparison. Because comparison doesn't just make you feel insecure. It makes you ungrateful. And gratitude is the glue that holds momentum together. The moment you stop being grateful for what's already unfolding in your life is the moment you interrupt your own frequency. You start pulling your energy away from the thing that's already working, just because it doesn't look like someone else's outcome. But you don't know their reality. You don't know what was staged. You don't know what was borrowed, boosted, or broken behind the scenes. You don't know what they're sacrificing. You don't know what they're hiding. You don't know what's real. You only know what's being presented. And meanwhile, you're over here losing steam on something that actually had your name on it, just because it didn't come wrapped in filters and fanfare. That's how people end up quitting on things that were never meant to be quit. They abandon aligned ideas. They walk away from good people. They close down businesses that were just hitting traction, all because they were too busy looking over there to realize they were sitting on gold. So what's the reset? You get back in your own lane. You realign with your own rhythm. You remember that what you're building, how you're healing, who you're becoming, is yours. And it's sacred because it's not supposed to look like anyone else's. Some of your biggest blessings will look quiet. They won't trend. They won't get claps. They won't go viral. But they will be solid. They'll be real. They'll be deep. And those are the ones that last. So protect the sacred. Starve the urge to compare. Water. What's yours? Stop looking for permission to love your life. You don't need it. You don't need to compare your magic to someone else's illusion. You are not behind. You are not less. You are not off path. You're just being tested to see if you can honor your own frequency without needing applause to prove that it's worth something. Let them do what they're doing. You? Protect what's working. Because the fastest way to kill something special is to compare it. The School of Soul Vault is my private monthly membership designed for those who are done just listening and ready to start building. Inside, you get full access to my video series, the unfiltered teachings, the strategy, the game plans, everything I don't share anywhere else. If you're ready to grow in silence and rise with precision, this is where it happens. Join the vault, monthly access, lifetime impact,